What happens when a socialist nurse defeats the political establishment and their real estate developer allies? Buffalo, New York is about to find out. On June 22nd, India Walton defeated 15-year incumbent Byron Brown in the Democratic Party mayoral primary for the city of Buffalo, New York. It sent shockwaves through the city's political machine and across the country.
I hate to say I told you so.
A Democratic socialist candidate running her first political campaign is expected to become the next mayor of Buffalo, New York. India Walton would be the city's first female mayor and the first socialist mayor of a major American city in 6 decades.
It means that finally someone is going to be in leadership that is going to be caring about working folks in Buffalo and not only pandering and catering to the needs of the wealthy and developer class.
Under Brown, developers had gotten sweetheart deals while city housing costs spiked.
There have been a number of developers who have enjoyed sweetheart deals from the Brown administration. Among them is Nick Sinatra. A famous example is he got for $1 2 lots worth over $1 million at Canal Side.
The only color that really mattered was green. If you had it, you could develop the city, you can put in place the things that you wanted to see, not necessarily what was affordable for us and what prioritized the things that we needed.
During Brown's 15 years as mayor, Buffalo's poverty rate has increased, and homeownership fell to 24 points below the national average.
We have high rates of vacancy and places that are being built not for the people who live here.
43% of Buffalo households live in housing that is unaffordable, costing more than 30% of their monthly income.
So market rate apartments is not going to do the job of getting our people housed in a safe and healthy way.
I believe that I was always a community activist, but what drove me more was the actual anger, year after year, seeing no change in our community under the Brown administration.
After Walton won the primary, Byron Brown and his Trump-supporting Republican real estate developer allies launched an effort to keep him as mayor. The announcement was made at a property owned by Douglas Jamal, a multimillionaire developer whose family has contributed $15,400 to Brown since he lost the primary.
Immediately after the primary, there was a movement by patronage employees and real estate developers to encourage and garner support, financial support, for Brown to run a write-in campaign. Suddenly a flood of money came from big donors, big business people and real estate developers. First in was Carl Palladino.
Carl Palladino is a wealthy real estate developer who endorsed Trump in 2016 and 2020. Asked what he wanted to see, quote, go away in 2017, Palladino said Michelle Obama. Quote, I'd like her to return to being a male and let loose in the outback of Zimbabwe where she lives comfortably in a cave with Maxie, the gorilla. Palladino received at least $9.6 million in Buffalo real estate tax exemptions under Brown.
He came out and said, I'm going to raise $1 million from people in the business community to underwrite Byron Brown to continue to campaign into the general election.
The city's political establishment also geared up to support Brown.
There was also an AstroTurf rally. It was almost all City Hall patronage employees, high-paid employees, people who were members of his cabinet.
In August, Brown tried to create a new political party that would allow his name to appear on the general election ballot in November.
They sent out an army of petitioners to gather signatures to create something called the Buffalo Party. The deadline for creating a new party through this independent nominating petition process was May 25th, before the primary. Byron Brown, never to be discouraged, collects these signatures, submits them to the Board of Elections.
The board rejected Brown's attempt to get on the ballot, but he sued, and the case landed before a Trump-appointed judge named John Sinatra, brother of Nick Sinatra, a major Buffalo developer and Brown ally.
Judge John Sinatra, district court judge, is the brother of developer Nick Sinatra. Nick Sinatra is a big donor to the mayor, of at least $11,000 in the last several years to his campaigns. He is one of these developers who enjoys sort of most favored developer status.
Under Brown, Nick Sinatra has won tax breaks and other deals to build a series of developments across Buffalo. After Sinatra was found to have not paid $1 million in taxes, Byron Brown personally appeared in an ad to defend him.
It creates a real sense of enthusiasm and and excitement when Nick Sinatra is involved in a development project.
Judge Sinatra ordered that Byron Brown's name appear on the November ballot, even though he'd lost the primary. That order was eventually overturned, but Brown is still waging a well-funded write-in campaign.
The mayor used that language just now, saying that he heard from people who are fearful of you, and he called you a radical socialist. Are you a radical socialist, and should voters be worried about what you would do to the city?
I am a democratic socialist. The first word in that is Democrat.
The pandemic has proven that we can have social programs that prioritize people and working class families, and we can make efforts to reduce childhood poverty, and it works. No one is returning their stimulus. We all enjoyed free healthcare and immunizations. That is socialism. That is our government stepping up to take care of its people. And that is what we should expect as Americans, as New Yorkers, and as Buffalonians.
I think developers are dedicated to keeping me out of office because I'm going to level the playing field. I'm not going to give tax breaks. Developers are going to pay their fair share, and when public dollars and public land and public resources are going into a project, I'm going to make sure that serves the public good.